Okie dokie. Alrighty. I believe. Yeah, there we go. Okie dokie. Yes, I think. I think yesterday, or a day before yesterday, getting the watering can was a huge priority, which upgraded watering can, which very satisfying that it's done now, and what you calls it's going to be sunny. Yeah. Anyway, watering can's done, which is the main things. Get your hands on a fishing pole and sell. Yeah, okay, it's fishing. Yeah, whatever. So, yes, the hat guy. And dear Mr. Raid Master, it's been so long since I heard from you, dear. Oh, hold on. I had to do a grandmother voice. I had to do my best. I am an old person and I'm holding on for dear life. Dear Raid Master, it's been so long since I heard from you, dear. Things are the same as ever back home. I miss you very much. Love, Mum. P.S. I found an envelope with some money from Grandpa left for you. There, that's my best elderly person of dubious health voice. Which is it's always fun to do little voices on the side. So, need to go get the watering can so I can pet the dog, water the dog, put the watering can for the dog, and then what you call it's water the rest of the plants. Do the thing that I'm supposed to do. Yeah, I can do. Right. Oh shoot! I had to burn 2 hours. Best way to burn 2 hours: search through people's trash cans. Yeah. Everyone will love you if you burn through everyone's trash cans. Search through everyone's trash cans. 9. Okay. Oh, 9 to 4. Those are not terrible hours. Honestly, all things considered, really quite nice hours. So, better than my hours. Also helps when you live in your business as well. But yeah, anyway, I heard a noise. Who left our house? Perfect. Come on, 10 minutes. I'm like one of those annoying customers that stands outside your door right as you open up. Woo! Copper watering can. An excellent upgrade. Very excited about this. And the reason why I'm very excited about this is because it can do 3 at once. Which might not necessarily sound like a huge improvement, but let me just it is such a big improvement. Jojo Cola. Yeah, sure. Okie dokie. I need to save those, but I can sell the rest of those, and kale. There we go. There we go. Okie dokie. So I will go ahead and just get a Joja Cola for Lewis. Ba-ba-bum. That has to be one of the most depressing things to be as a delivery man for a singular cola. It's trash. That's funny. I never actually looked at that properly. This is you are Lewis? Yes. Okay. Oh, this is that the Joja Cola I requested? I really appreciate it. Let's see. Here's what I owe you. Ooh. I get messages. Mr. Yes, I know. Yeah, no, I gotcha. No worries. As long as you're enjoying the stream, that's all that matters. Thank you. That's some art that I had commissioned a bit ago, and it's honestly, legitimately one of my favorite pieces of art that I own. So yeah, it's great. I have, which I actually hopefully will be able to work with that artist again sometime soon, because I want some more Neko arts made, because it's very fun. Oh, this feels so nice. Oh. Also, here, let me echo Arcor. Yes, I know. Nekoark, my beloved. Which is hilarious because I know nothing about Nekoark except for, like, the memes of it. Yeah, no worries. But, like I was saying, I know nothing about Nekoark minus, like, the extensive memes about Nekoark. That's just, how some characters are. I know about them through osmosis, meme osmosis specifically. So I've never played any of the Fate games. I've never played or watched any of the anime. I just know about. No worries. I like talking to people. And any opportunity to yap about whatever is always appreciated. But yeah, I made a little face by accident. It has 2 eyes and a mouth right here. It's got a little dent in his head because, you know, his mother dropped him, but, you know, we still love him. Okay, so most important thing to do. Water the dog. Oh, hold on. Pet the dog. That's always a must. You always have to pet the dog. And give the dog water. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Oh, this is actually perfect. I can do this because community center. quality? Yeah, I can do that. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I know. I dislike having to be signed in to be able to chat with people because it's a thing, but you know, YouTube's got a YouTube and you gotta be signed in for everything. Yeah. I mean, hey, I guess I can't complain that much, seeing as how currently I am enjoying the fruits of I need to bring carrots with me as well. I guess I really can't complain about, you know, them not having 4 of those. Not having allowing that, but no, I will complain about that. Yeah, YouTube should allow you to do that. You know, post or comment on, you know, anonymously. But they'll never ever make that change because, goodness gracious, that would be horrific for advertisers. So, okay. So, gotta drop off here. Nice. 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 And then I have to try to do a little bit further down into the mine. See about getting it down as far as possible, so I can get better, more ore. Okie. I do eventually need to start catching fish, which yeah. Catching fish. Yeah. Catching fish is an interesting thing. Oh no, one police are after me. I heard about my illegal fishing without a fishing license, which is apparently a rather big issue in America, which I did not ever know because I don't ever go fishing. Ever. Because I don't have time for that. And I'm just too lazy to go fishing. I should go fishing sometime. Ooh, hardwood. Nice. Oh, an upgrade. I just need to upgrade my all of my resources, or my tools. That's gonna be one of my more urgent goals compared to some of the other things I could be doing, because low quality tools. Okay, yeah, that's always good to know. Make sure my I'm not just talking bugs. I vehemently dislike those bugs. But yeah, no, it's always good to make sure that the stream is working properly and I'm not just, you know, being schizophrenic and talking into the void. Ooh, earth crystal. I'll eat algae. Yeah, yummy. Delicious, delicious algae. Oh, perfect. Okay. I'd like to try and get some iron, if possible, but I doubt that's going to be a possibility at the moment. So, but yeah, I hope the war against Jahan is going well. I still need to catch up on that stream and just try and catch up on the whole V Rising saga. But from what I can tell, from what I've seen in the past, you seem to be making really good progress on the what you call it. Ooh, what's that? On you know, your journey, I guess is what I should say. Decoration. Oh, cool. All right, cool. But yeah, no, it seems like you're doing like fairly well. Although I can't really say because I haven't played that game, so. But just from, you know, casual observation, I think it's been going pretty well. I mean, I would hope so. And you know, if you've been playing it for this long, it seems to be, you know, fun, which is always nice. Oh man, it reminds me of like, yeah, but I mean, you know, it's a collective effort. It's not, you know, like, it's not just like a one person thing. It's a collective effort because, you know, obviously we've declared war on him, and so we're gonna take him down. That's how things go. Small potted plant. I'm gonna put it in the corner. No, I'm gonna put it there. And from what I understand, wars are not usually won by individual people, but by continuous teamwork. Yes, that's still a few days away. We have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Greater than perfect for flower dance. Flower dance tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Dear Raid Master. Oh, dear Raid Master. Tomorrow we're all getting together for the flower dance. If you can find a partner, you might even want to participate in the dance yourself. There's a little clearing beyond the forest west of town where we hold the dance. Arrive between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. and if you're interested. I could be the total absolute loner and not join any of the the things, but I don't feel like not participating. Water the dog, pet the dog, give water to the dog. Oh, I guess I should be doing it this way. Oh, I can't wait for... Oh, I want more upgrades for this. It's hard going from like a fully upgraded, or not fully upgraded, but like a much more upgraded tool set to a bare bones tool set. It's jarring to say the least. Yes, exactly. The first time I ever heard that, like, that phrase, I was so confused. Now it's, well, I guess I've introduced it into my vernacular unintentionally. Yeah, no, I'm still in year one. Not like, you know, I have anyone who is I've built up a strong enough relationship with to oh shoot, out of water, to try and do anything with. Not that I'm particularly interested anyways. So but No, like, again, not like I'm really particularly trying to speedrun this game either. That's not really a goal. More just to have something to do while I talk with people. Because I'm what's the phrase? Insatiable yapper. Or something like that. Actually saves a lot of energy as well because it only uses one. Actually, let me test that. So 136, 135, and then 4, 3, 4, and that does 1 or 2. Interesting, huh? I never actually looked at that before. Was the actual like differences between energy burned? Oh, let's see. Okay. So I can sell these then, and I don't need to hold on to the crafts room. No, not foraging. I need quality. Yeah, I don't need to hold on to potatoes. Corn. Oh, I need to get a coop set up sometime. Ah, so many things to do. But in reality, what I want to do, I want to mine. Because that's how I... Yes. Oh, that's true. That's true. Factorio would be a fantastic game to play in the background. City Skylines is another one that I need to do. I'll take 3 of them. City Skylines. What else? Factorio is really. I have not given Factorio the time I should have, or I should. Gosh, that reminds me. I need to spend, you know, activate my autism and spend a solid month doing nothing besides playing Factorio. There's a couple of games that just scratched the itch for me. So, gosh, that's gonna make me start learning how to do circuit design, basically. Oh gosh. There's the leak in our boat. Hey, you hobo, have a leak. Fantastic. You know what? I like you so much. Okay, well, never mind. I can't give you. Oh gosh, yes. Hi! Able to catch a stream. Yeah, I know. There are a couple games like that where it's just like you start it and then you just keep on going and you realize you look outside and it's 4 o'clock in the morning on a Monday and you started on Friday afternoon and there goes your entire week. Weekend. Of this game? No. This is my second playthrough. Not like I'm particularly amazing at, like... Oh, shoot. Not like I'm particularly amazing at this game, but I do know... Oh, crab. Oh, sweet. But I do know, like, what I need to do. I feel like that's a necessity at this point. I'm so good. You know, I'm starting to see the benefits of using stairways to just skip entire levels. Ah. Sometimes it's just... oh, so unlucky. There we go, finally. Yeah, well, I mean... okay, well... I can't recommend that to him. Oh. Perfect. I can't recommend that to him because, all things considered, that seems to be doing pretty well for him. And I'm not going to be the person who gets in the way of that. But there's a time and a place to get, you know, autistically sucked into a game for a month at a time. But yeah, there's a time and a place. You know, there's a time and a place. It's just, it's certainly not right now. At least not for me. Oh, perfect. Iron ore. Wonderful. That's exactly what I wanted. The faster I can get iron, the faster I can start getting more upgrades. Okay. I'm gonna chunk the wood and... chunk those two. Okay, yeah. Factory is another one. Barotrauma is one that, I really want to get into because I've seen so many people play it and it looks like so much fun. So much fun. Barotrauma, the Space Station 13 of the submarine world. Oh, sweet. Let me see real quickly if copper, any iron ore, Nope. Ooh. Which one is this one? Ah, yes. Yummy algae. Gosh, I think I would vomit if I ate algae like that. I hate these bugs with a burning passion. Gosh, I hate those guys so much. I need that. I don't need that. I will just eat this. Yummers. I don't care for that. I might as well just eat this. I'll be able to grow more in the future. Okay, it's 20. I'll get a couple more. But endless dungeon. I think I've heard about that. I will look into. I will add that to the list. My lists of games to give a try. Hold on a second. Yeah. Oh, I realized. Oh, yeah, that's right. Grace still hasn't been able to join yet. Oh, and you beat him to it. That was sweet. Shoot. This direction. Yeah, I know he is. That's what he gets for having a social life outside of our friend group. Oh, gosh darn it. That's the consequences of having. What is? Oh, coal. Okay. Having the consequences of having a responsibilities. So, how are things going with y'all? Anything exciting or hopefully good? Oh, there's one. Happen with y'all? Anything interesting? Because for me, most of what I've been doing has just been work and now start streaming, which has been very fun. Very, very fun. Rock monster. Gosh, I forgot how horrible these things sounds. Wow, this thing is annoying. Jeez. Sound design is good, except for the enemies in this game. Like, lovely sound design, lovely music, but goodness gracious, their enemy sounds are just... something else, I'll say that much. Wonderful. All the way down, 33. I guess that's true. You're right, it does kind of sound like a chew toy. Oh, man. Oh, man, that's not... I mean, it's sound design. I won't say it's the best sound design, but it is sound design. Oh, you know, I don't necessarily want my enemies to sound like I'm, you know, throwing a chew toy to a dog. On vacation, nice. Vacation's very, very nice, and it's honestly one of those things where it's like we don't have enough vacation. That's like standard practice. I need to get a lantern. You know, I'm just gonna leave. I don't even want to deal with these people. These guys. Leave the mine. Oh, hold on. I got a message. Yes. Okay, well. That's not very good. Where are you, not to, you know, ask, like, specifically, but, like, where are you just, like, did you go somewhere for vacation, or did you just, like, you know, do what I did, which was stay home and do cleaning and gaming for a week? So I've yet to travel for vacation. That's not been something I've ever done yet. Well, correction. From PTO. I'll say that much. Stir. I'll put these in. Yes, they are. Absolutely wonderful. That is my ideal definition of a vacation is stay in one place and not have to go to work and still get paid like you're going to work. Okay. It's gonna be flower dance, right, okay. Okay. Tapper, wonderful. Mushroom log. That must be new. I've never seen that one before. Wild Seed Summer. Interesting. Newfoundland. St. John's, Newfoundland. I'm not familiar with that. But what's the weather? Sunny. Okay. Hey, you're getting to travel. That's fantastic. I will say, getting to be able to like spend time outside of the house it's good sometimes. Even if it is just like for a few days, having a change of scenery is always refreshing. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, I didn't know you can move. You can move! Oh my gosh. The more you learn. That is spectacular. They must have added this in. They must have added that in, because that I do not remember that being a thing before. I refuse to believe that this has been in the game the entire time and I just did not know about it. Oh gosh. Okay, let's see. Okay. After that, pet the dog, water the dog, give the dog water. Oh, right, crafting. Tapper. I can do that, actually. I have enough. Wrong one. This one. It was 1.3. It was the previous one. So, which would explain it, because I didn't play it when there was the new version came out. I need 2 of these. Well, I need 3 of them, honestly. So, quite a few things. Like, I didn't even know moss was a thing, but hey, I guess it is. One more. Okay. Has begun. Okay, so 1 here. Ooh. It was 1, 2. I don't remember how I did my. I know you're a different one. I think these 3. I think these 4, and then these 4. That's what it was. It was these 4, and then the 4 up top. Okay. Right. So in that case, no, it's the other way around. It's these 4. Whatever. I'll figure it out later. I'll save that for later. 1.6. It might have been 1.4 that I played on. I don't know. It might have been 1.4 that I played on. That's been the last one that was the last one I played on. So, which would explain why there's a lot of things I don't recognize. Which, hey, you know, I can always appreciate. You know, the game's constantly being updated, even though it's almost a decade old. Can you believe it? Company that actually, or a person that actually cares about the art that they make. Wild. Haha, since everyone's at the flower dance, I get to run through their trash. I'll just get this over with. Oh, yay! Woo! Da, 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 da. 10 for 50. No, it's 1 for 50, and there's 10 of them. Rare crow. I was like, that seems kind of funky. But, oh well. Woo, I'm stuffed. Have you tried the red jelly yet? No, I have not. That's a red jelly right there. I wish Pierre would spend time with the family. He's married to the bag. I wore my best shirt for the dance. This sort of thing doesn't happen very often. Of course not, it happens every year. Hi, Raidmaster. Glad to see you here. I should have brought my fishing pole. Now, this is the life, huh, kid? Sweet wine, babbling brook, warm air. Did I mention the wine? That's right, he's Italian. The frog season has really started to pick up. You know what? I admit it. I really like flowers. But the last. Yeah. I won't ever complain about like people caring about stuff, but like it's the same thing happened to Terraria, where it was like, hey, 1.4 was going to be the last update, and then it's 1.4.1, and then 1.4.2, and then 1.4.3, and it's like, okay. Ugh. I really hate dancing in front of everyone. It's so embarrassing. I know, that's why I don't dance either. Excellent sauce. That was a noise I just made. Springtime dances can be traced back into ancient fertility rituals. Oh yeah, that's a fun thing to start a conversation about. The air smells so sweet with all these flowers. Are you going to be dancing today, Raidmaster? Probably not. Everyone hates me. I'm nervous. I'm working up the courage to ask someone to dance with me. Very fun. I like dancing, but this one is a little stilted. The old-timers really loved it, though. Hello, Mr. Hobo. Oh, hello there. It's nice of you to talk to me. Spring is almost over. What a shame. Oh, I don't follow, like, this author at all. Not author. What am I talking about? The game designer. There's a wizard up there. But, you know, if it's anything, well, not anything like this, but I mean, like, I would like to see what else he creates. Love is in the air, and I'm still single. It sucks to be you, I guess. Marnie looks lovely today. I'm just enjoying the scenery. Yeah. I'm just practicing my dance moves. It needs to be perfect. Goodness gracious. I'm not gonna talk to you. That means starting it. Flowers. I can barely see them. I've been working these floral arrangements for a week. I've been working on these floral arrangements. Do you like them? No, I think they're horrible. And then, I don't know, I don't think I can talk to the wizard because I don't think there's some way of getting up there, but I will make a valiant effort to try. I mean, to be fair, like, it's not fair. Why can't I be the flower queen? Someday I'm going to be the flower queen. To to be fair, it's like, I know, like in my case, it's like I will hop between projects, because, you know, you'll go from, you know, one project to another project to a third project, and you let your mind work through the steps of everything, basically, because your subconscious is able to work on a lot of different things simultaneously. But oftentimes, to get stuff done and to think stuff through properly, you have to let your subconscious focus on things. And so, from going from, you know, project 1 to project 2 to project 3, and, you know, you devote your active attention onto project 2, you're actively thinking, you're subconsciously thinking about project 1 and working through problems that you would not notice or keep track of because you're focusing too heavily on smaller things, and so you give your subconscious to work through things. You know what I mean? It's like, how would I describe it? It's like giving a pot of chili time to simmer for the material, for all the different ingredients to mix together and the flavors to permeate between things, rather than immediately tossing all of the ingredients into a thing and then immediately boiling it and immediately taking it out. You set it to the side and let it simmer for, you know, half an hour, giving it time to really, you know, become the thing that it needs to be. And so that, you know, even though you can't really do anything about it, you just have to wait and give it time. And while you're doing that, oftentimes people will go and they'll work on another project. Or, in this situation, if the main project is a new game, then his other game, this being his first game, that he will give updates to, might be what he needs to subconsciously work through the things that he's going through on his new game, basically. You know what I mean? I don't know if I over too wordily explained that, but that's kind of the gist of it. At least, you know, hopefully that's how it's going, and he's not doing a Yandere dev and just not finishing the game. Oh no, actually, I have to make a more topical joke now. It has to be a pirate software. Yeah, let's start. Where am I? Oh, there I am. I'm the center of attention. Praise the sun. Oh, I didn't even talk to... oh, gosh. I missed him entirely. Clint, I think. Probably one of the lamest dances I've ever seen. Gosh. Doggo. I don't need to do that. I've already gotten that. So, there's a lot of incredible things that your subconscious can do. Living off the land. Fruit trees. Excuse me. I have to get into the proper. Fruit trees. They take an entire season to grow, so plan ahead. If the area directly surrounding your new tree isn't clear, it will interfere with growth. Once your fruit tree is mature, it'll produce delicious fruit for you every day while in season. Better start saving up. Tell me about it. Sunny. Great. Wait. No, not yet. I like the little hop he does. Oh, that is great. But that kind of reminds me of what's his name? The Binding of Isaac guy. Now he's supposedly working on... That's okay, that's not entirely fair because he he works on. He has other games that he's worked on and he's finished. So I know that this is, I think this is the only game that this designer, he's a individual or solo producer, I think, solo game designer. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the case. Gosh, I cannot remember his name for the life of me. Huh. I was just watching a video about well, not about him specifically, but I was watching a video about The Binding of Isaac, and he was being brought up because he was the designer and he was talking about stuff, talking about new game things or whatever. Okay, so I don't think there's much more I can do in regards to planting, so I'm just going to continue my crusade against the mines in an attempt to make some progress. Oh, hold on. Forgot to do the most important thing of the entire day. Get the dog food or water. Pet the dog, water the dog. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh. There we go. There we go. Okay. But yeah, that's my crusade against the mines. That's correct. That's where we're going. Okie dokie. Hello, homeless person. Have a leak. That's phrasing. Oh, great. That's right. The fun area. He said, well, he would add a mechanic in his new game. Tells himself, this will be a good mechanic in Stardew Valley too. And then he adds, yeah. That's something I always tell people to be wary of, is feature creep. Just inherently the a lot of issues with creative people is that feature creep becomes a problem that they just don't know how to deal with, because they just constantly, yes, that would make a lot of sense, but that's just inherently what happens. Is people have this idea that, like, oh, I need to add all of my ideas into this one project, and that just inevitably ends up with grinding the entire, the entire project down, basically. Because spaghetti code is a thing. And usually games that don't... Goodness gracious. Okay, I must have missed it somewhere. Okay. Okay, where is... 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 Gosh. No, so that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean, because there's a difference between taking something that you've created and hammering out the fine details, and there we go. There's a difference between that and feature creep, because feature creep is different than just like writing a campaign. Let me put it this way. It's the difference between. Oh. It's the difference between. It's the difference between a dish that you've cooked and you keep on cooking it, and you refine that dish continuously over and over and over and over again, and you start trying new things, and you add a little bit here and you try a little bit there and all that type of stuff, versus when I say feature creep, I mean when you're cooking the meal for the first time, you just keep on adding everything to it. You add the carrots, and you add onions, and then you add chocolate, and then you start adding weird stuff like orange peels and you know, like whole cups of beef tallow and mayonnaise for some reason, and you just keep on adding everything into it without giving yourself time to understand and refine what you had already made beforehand. I don't know if you know, that makes sense, but there is a distinction between the two, because just giving and naturally like adding things due to wanting to explain or explore certain things is much more reasonable than. Oh, wow, I could have used that last level, but is much more reasonable than, you know, what most people deal with when it comes to feature creep, where they want to add all of the things. These monsters are very frustrating. Much better. So, but having progress is always fantastic, and that's another thing as well, is oftentimes feature creep causes you to stagnate because you're not actually making progress. You're just adding things for the sake of adding things, you know. It's a very common issue for, like I said, it's a very common issue for creative people. So, which, hey, you know, I understand. It's an issue I've dealt with before. Oh, gosh. So, that's why I always promote the idea of work in smaller chunks, and don't, you know, get something done rather than yeah, okay, no, that's certainly true. I'd still Omnigeode. I'd still, yeah, that's true. That's fair. That's definitely a reasonable way of looking at it, and more so probably than what I was saying. That's more encompassing than what I was saying. Because that is another thing as well, is that, you know, that also takes time, and a lot of time, well, time is money, because I mean, that's just how life is. So, goodness gracious, let's give no energy at all. But so I guess that would be classified as feature creep. Summer squash seeds. Oh, cool. I guess that would be probably what he's dealing with at the moment. Then, although I understand, because you know Stardew Valley is like the game that he created and is like what he made. How do I describe this? It's his game, and so I get that he wants to keep on, you know, refining it and making it better. It's like a piece of art that you can continuously go back to and improve. Which, geez, there's some pieces of art that I wish I could go back and improve. Oh, whatever is the life of the creative. They constantly, well, I could have done it better. Even though good enough is also perfectly reasonable. Not in that sense. I don't make like, well, I guess it would depend on what you classify as art, because I do video editing occasionally. I used to do it more often, and I should do it more often, but man, I love bats. And there are some videos that I've produced which I'm looking back really not happy with, just in the fact that I know so much more than what I did before. But I don't want to go back and change them because I need to know where I came from, basically. You know, it doesn't having a timeline of your, even if it does like show how bad quality your original stuff was, you always want to have something that you can keep track of to know how far you've come in your creative, in anything basically. Having something you can follow through and track what you've been doing the entire time to show that you are improving and you have made improvements is very, very important. And so I again, like I said, even though I wish I could go back and, you know, improve and whatnot, I don't ever intend to, because that would defeat the purpose of what those stood at the moment, what those stood at, what those meant when I made them. But I guess in this situation, games are actually a perfect example of, you know, being able to continuously improve your art, because these games are certainly pieces of art, and hey, you get to improve them constantly. If you're willing to put in the time and effort, they can be improved basically endlessly. Just look at Dwarf Fortress. That game has been maintained and upgraded since, what, like the early 90s? So I guess it just depends on, you know, how much time and effort you're willing to put into it. So, okay, I need to leave. Yeah. Okay. I think this will be the last day for today. Or the last day for today. But I guess some people wouldn't necessarily classify, you know, video editing as art, but I do. It's one of those creative things. Yeah, no, that's true. There are some games. There are some games that are more. There are some games. There are some games that are more art than others, and then there are some that are. Oh, there's an owl right there. There are some that are very much not works of art. Although I guess it would also. I'd also argue that like does a complex engine that works perfectly, you know, that runs, is that considered art as well? Because I would consider that art. It's just a different type of art. Pet the dog. So mining proficiency, glowstone ring. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's rough, obviously, because it's a very saturated market, and now you have to deal with, you know, just things in general that make it more difficult. But it's definitely one of those incredibly fulfilling creative outlets that I recommend. Well, I don't necessarily recommend it to everybody, but it's one that I would definitely wish I could spend more of my time doing, because it's creative. You get to do stuff. You get to take something. Like, my favorite thing to do is to take raw footage and make it fun to watch, just through figuring out the best ways of like framing and editing and use of certain music at certain times, use at different, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know. It's hard to say, because I mean, art is inherently something you can't properly define, because I mean, hey, it's art. But yeah, I can understand that. It's certainly more reasonable to say that than to say something like I don't know, Breath of the Wild. Saying that Breath of the Wild isn't art is not true. I'll just use that as an example, because it very much is. But yeah, something like I'll use like Caves of Quood as an example. I could consider that art. I wouldn't necessarily consider that art. It's much more of a complex systems and use of RNG. I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's very, very hard to describe. But yeah, also, video editing is a lot of work. I have spent many, 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 many hours on video editing. So I totally understand. Gosh, I wish I had more time and, well, correction. I wish I had, you know, $1 million and I didn't have to go to work. Oh, I see what you. I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I would actually counter that, because I'd say that the way that those games were originally written and how they were able to do so much with so little is in itself a work of art. You know what I mean? It's like old complex mechanical keyboard or typewriters that they're able to, or mechanical calculators, where it's not so much that the thing that it does is really, really mundane. It's the fact that they were able to get it to do that in such an with incredible limitations that make it unique in art. So, but again, in actuality, what it does is very, very limited and not particularly amazing. But the way that they managed to put it together and get it to run and get it to do the things that it's supposed to do is what makes it something that I would consider art. So, anyway, I do need to head off and sleep because work in the morning, because yay, I have a job. So I hope y'all all had fun. I hope I was able to, give something for y'all to listen to and enjoy in the background, or talk a little. So yeah, I hope to see you tomorrow, hopefully. My goal is to be streaming every day, just to get used to it, just to try and improve constantly. 3 minutes long. Yeah, no, that's, yeah. I the current rate for, like, what I would consider I'm sorry, but I do have to leave. But I will say the current rate, my current rate for, like, if I'm doing, like, really heavily edited stuff rather than just simple things like subtitles and whatnot, and just basic editing and whatnot, framing and whatnot, or whatever, is, like, for every minute that I spend, in, like, actual footage, it's at least an hour for each minute, bare minimum, if not more. But eventually you get better at it, and the more you do, the better you get at it, and the less time it takes, and the more you can do in a short amount of time. And that's what expertise is. So, but yeah, all right. Well, I will see y'all tomorrow, hopefully. Have a great night or morning, wherever you might be. And